People who were missing as a child, what happened? I was 12 when my mom started bringing home different men every weekend. This one guy, Rick, had been around for 3 weeks, which was basically a record. He kept staring at me weird during dinner, making comments about how I was growing up fast. Mom would just giggle and refill his beer. That Friday night, Mom passed out on the couch after too many drinks. Rick cornered me in the hallway when I tried to go to my room. He grabbed my wrist and said we should hang out since Mom was sleeping. His breath smelled like cigarettes and alcohol. I yanked away and ran to my room, slamming the door and pushing my dresser against it. My hands were shaking so bad I could barely text my best friend, Hannah. "Can I sleep over tonight? Emergency." But then I heard Rick telling Mom some story about me being disrespectful and inappropriate toward him. She was drunk but awake enough to start yelling at me through the door. "Open up right now, you apologize to Rick." That's when I realized she was never going to choose me over these men. I grabbed my school backpack and threw in some clothes. My window faced the backyard and there was a tree I'd climbed a million times. I could hear Rick's voice getting closer to my room. Maybe the kid needs to learn some respect. I pushed the window open and climbed onto the branch. It was January and freezing cold. I had $23 from my allowance and no real plan. I just knew I couldn't stay there another night. I walked for 2 hours to the 24-hour diner on Route 9. The waitress kept asking if I was okay, bringing me hot chocolate I couldn't afford. I told her my mom was picking me up soon. Around 4 a.m., she went to the back room to call someone. I slipped out and started walking toward downtown. A delivery truck pulled over and the driver asked if I needed help. Something about his kind eyes made me trust him. I told him I was running away from home because my mom's boyfriend was creepy. He drove me to the police station instead of wherever I thought I was going. I was crying and begging him not to make me go back home. The officer on duty was this older woman named Officer Bennett. She sat me down with another hot chocolate and asked me to tell her everything. When she called my mom, I could hear the yelling through the phone. Mom was screaming that I was lying for attention and that Rick was a good man. She's always been a difficult child. Just bring her home. But Officer Bennett had dealt with these situations before. She asked me specific questions about what Rick had said and done. Then she called child services right there while I waited. The social worker who came was this tired-looking woman with kind eyes. She explained that I'd be staying in emergency foster care while they investigated. I was terrified, but also relieved I didn't have to go home. 3 days later, Officer Bennett came to the foster home with news. They'd arrested Rick on outstanding warrants for assault. Turns out he had a history with inappropriate behavior toward minors. The investigation into my mom had just begun. My foster parents, the Carters, were this quiet couple in their 50s. Mrs. Carter made me pancakes every morning and never asked too many questions. Mr. Carter helped me with math homework and never made me feel stupid when I didn't understand. 6 months later, Mom lost custody permanently. She chose Rick over me even after his arrest, claiming I'd made everything up. The Carters asked if I wanted to stay with them permanently. On adoption day, Officer Bennett came to the courthouse. She hugged me and said, "You saved yourself that night. Don't ever forget how brave you were." I'm 23 now and still call the Carters mom and dad.